that they can for good. Out is open, the path of no return, the path of no return. Oh, maybe I should stop singing. Maybe I should actually stop that, and I should actually... Hello everyone. Sorry. Hello everyone, I'm Mind Phoenix, and welcome to Satisfactory Experimental. Yes. Things are afoot. I played this a little bit. Was it last week before? I don't know. Basically what happens is I play Satisfactory Experimental in very short bursts because I don't necessarily want to be ruined, I guess, by what's to come. So I play it for a bit, realise that I'm not going to get to nuclear reactors, just because my systems aren't good enough, and sort of get bored and move on to something else. I've been playing, for example, quite a lot of Banished recently. Not the Steam game, the game that's on Steam, but on the mod that was made by Drastic Demise, the guy who brought us Hubris. And I think this is the furthest I've got through this pack so far. I've got quite a nice base. Well, I say quite a nice base. I've got an obsidian cube that's not quite complete yet because creepers keep on teleporting in and blowing things up. It's a pretty brutal mod pack. But anyway, I digress. So, let's get the usual things out of the way. Satisfactory is available for purchase on Steam. Except that's not right. Sorry. It's just a matter of habit at the moment. Satisfactory is available on the Epic Store. Yeah, I know, boo, hiss, Epic Store, yada yada yada. I don't really care too much. But yeah, really good game. Decent developers. Really funny Twitter. I don't use Twitter whatsoever, but I do like reading the Satisfactory Twitter. It makes me laugh. What can I say? And who knows, maybe one day they'll decide, you know what, we're going to release it on the Switch, because every other Sonic game is being released on the Switch. You can get Warframe on the Switch now, which is different. I'm not completely sure how you do it with the little controller thing, but anyway. Let's play some Satisfactory, shall we? They added trains. Yeah, that's why I'm playing this again. I realised a couple of weeks ago, when they added nuclear reactors, I'd been at work, you know, as you do. I'd done my entire weekend, and then I was back at work again, and I flipped up the Satisfactory Twitter. Oh, they've released nuclear reactors. Yeah, I probably should play that now. And then today I was just flicking through it and saw, oh, they've added trains. I probably should go and play some of that then. Right, let's see what we can make. I expect if it's available for research, I'm not completely certain it's going to be. It'll be, you know, it'll be something that I need to research anyway. Which means I need to climb up there. Is it going to be quicker? Yeah, it's probably going to be quicker for me to grab my Explorer and just drive up there rather than, yeah, because it's just here. So, welcome to my factory. Things got a bit out of hand. We'll probably do a bit of a tour at some point. I may as well do a bit of a tour now. This is a place that makes metal things. And over that way is a place that makes more metal things. But there is some concrete things over there that then get turned into things that consist of both concrete and metal. It's all very, very scientific. Oh, and there is some stuff over there that is made out of leaves and green things, you know, that I've just sort of found in the woods. Or rather, what were woods until I discovered the chainsaw. And then up here is my storage of all those metal things that I've made all the way down there and over there and over there as well, which that seems to be out of power, and I probably should have a look into why that's the case. And so yeah, everything, or at least some of these things anyway, not everything yet, is hooked up to this monstrosity, but everything will be stored in these towers. And I've got this set up specifically so that it's like a silo. So it fills from the top, but it filters down to the bottom. So if I go into this one, for example, I've got stacks and stacks of these modular frames, and these basically filter down. As more come in, they'll be put into the top, moved all the way down as much as they possibly can be, and it means that I've always got access to modular frames. But anyway, I digress again. If I go through this door, perhaps? I did a bit of walkway work as well, just to make it a little bit more easier to get from one side of the base to the other without having to go through the chasms. Anyway, so yeah, this is my space elevator, as you can see, and this is my hub. And the hub is where I do all of my main work. Ooh, hello. Okay, that's doable. That is actually doable, in theory. Yeah. All right. Let's do this thing. So that's all I can actually put in there at the moment, but we have something quite cunning, because obviously, you know, in the mix of me making metal things and me making more metal things and metal things making themselves, yeah, it's been a long week. I do have things that make computers work called computers, and I do have things that do modular frames as well, which are over here actually. And this needs to be emptied anyway, and then I also need to sort that one out, because it's getting in the way a bit. Well, we'll deal with that at some point. This is a small thing that makes metal things, and this is the concrete thing that makes concretey and metally things. And people are pinging me, but thankfully you can't see that. Good. One advantage of not using Steam is I don't have to deal with the overlay. Right, okay, so that's making concrete things, but where are the metal things? Why are the metal things being slow? That's making iron plate, makes it reinforced iron plate, which goes into there, which that does that. That does that. This, I suspect I need to follow this one around, which goes over here, and then goes into this one. Ah, yes, so I am low on steel beams, okay. So why is that? An awful lot of this is just sort of tracing your system back to work out quite why things are being slow. Iron ore by the looks of things. Iron ore what? Iron ore. Sorry, yeah, you get points if you can work out what that one's from. Right, so I should, I guess, upgrade my conveyors so that they're faster? Question mark? Hold on. So iron is coming from this system, this conveyor here. It's going in here, and then it's going through here. And it's going through a whole bunch of splitters. Wait, what? Yeah, so it's going up there very, very slowly, because that one needs to be upgraded. Okay. We might be able to sort that out. If I go into this... No, that's doing iron ingots. There'll be a steel one around here somewhere, which I can use. There we go. Alright, that's making steel ingots, which is good, because I need them for that. Right. So, I've got a slow piece... What? Oh yeah, because I've got ingots, not beams. Duh. Over here, I think I've got a tool. Everything kind of went a bit... Yeah, over here. Over here? Possibly. We'll see. Yeah, it's one of these things. I've got these... so, if you've ever seen me play Minecraft, you'll know this. I have a big thing about putting crafting benches everywhere, and this is this is a craft bench. I put them everywhere. Basically, if I were to build a house out of them, I would be a very happy person. Minecraft, I can't really do that in Banished because creepers exist. But hold on. Sorry about that. The wonderful world of suffering from hay fever. Yes. So I like to have my crafting tables to hand, let's say, and that's a gun, and that's a big stick. Right, so now I should be able to upgrade that one, which is going to speed everything up massively. I should also just make sure that we are generally upgraded, and I think we are to the new spec. I will just quickly run along here. Also, what I could do is lay another conveyor belt down here that's also carrying iron, because there's another iron deposit up here, and have it coal. Currently it's merging in, is it? Yeah, currently it's merging in, and I expect that is a tier 1. Oh, it's Mark 2, yeah, that's fine. What? Why did that one just stop me? Oh, because I was going too fast. That's fine. I love that you can ride conveyor belts. It's sort of, it's... yeah, I just think you should always be able to ride conveyor belts as a method of fast transportation if you can't use your car for whatever reason. There is one faster than this that I have access to. But soon I'll have monorails, so it'll be fine. And monorails are always good things. Right, so now I've made that a little bit faster. That might work a little bit quicker. So let's go and deal with computers next. Now, computers got a little bit complicated. I think they're actually up here. That's why I've got all this sort of trailing cables, I guess, conveyors, tried all over the place a bit. There is method to the madness, but I would really like signs. Not really for, well, partly for me to find things, but also if you're dealing with things in a multiplayer situation, I think that the factories could get very busy. In fact, I've seen some of the factories, they get very, very busy. And we are low on crystal oscillators, so I need to find out why that stopped. I've got loads of that. How many? I've got one computer. Right, okay, so I need to deal with crystal oscillators. So let's get that sort of set up, because I'm going to need a lot of computers, as you can see. I need 100 of them. I've probably got some back in my storage, to be fair. I probably should go and check. But reinforced iron plates are not coming through, so this is the one that makes that. So it's iron plates that aren't coming through. Iron ingots aren't coming through. Okay. So iron ingots are coming from down. What? Those are iron plates that are coming in. No wonder I don't have... What? Iron ingots are meant to be... What? Why is that delivering me iron? Because I've got it coming off the wrong line? Reinforced plates. Give me a second. What have I done? Right. This one doesn't need to exist. Neither does that one. Neither does this one or this one. I think I'm getting this right. And neither does all this. So what I need to do is I need to build a wall. And then I need to build that one onto there. Right, so what's going to happen now is that this is going to make reinforced iron plate, which I don't even need. What? Hold on. Is that all that this one was doing? Yeah, this was all just making reinforced iron plate. So I don't need this one. Or that one, for that matter. Or that. Or that. Or that weird. That's there. That. At some point I got very, very confused with how various runs were going to work, and everything went a little bit weird. Oh well, that happens. Might be able to offload some of my additional plates into there, just to kind of clean the inventory, you know, clean mind and all that. So yeah, that looks a little cleaner. Now I don't have a billion machines that are not doing anything, and that will just make stuff. Now quartz crystal, yep, so that's just still making that. That's fine. Okay, so that's now making. We now know why that was not working, so that's good. And I'll quickly just nip over here to make sure we've got. If we've got some more computers, then that'd be awesome. Yes, we have one. That's fine. Now, how to get down? I think I go through here, and then I can quickly nip back to the top. So yeah, games. It's not. It's weird. It's one of those games that evolves through just players doing all kinds of things, and it looks awesome. I don't think anybody can deny that it's got a certain look to it that's not realistic. It's certainly stylized, but I do quite like stylized because stylized games last far longer than sort of when they're trying to do realistic technologies. You know, you look at games that were realistic back when, like Far Cry, and they just look awful now. You know, it's all very well to say, well, you know, it was a technical achievement back then. Yeah, it was, but it's not technical achievement anymore. But on the other hand, things like Fallout 2, I can still play Fallout 2 quite happily without, you know, thinking about the graphics. But Fallout 3, yeah, that's not a good looking game these days. Actually, it wasn't a good looking game back when it was released, but I don't fault the developers for it. That's the thing. They were using quite an old engine even back for Fallout 3, and really, you know, it was they took a chance with that game. No, I don't want my rods in there. I want those two in there. Yeah, it's, you know, they took a chance on it, and obviously they didn't want to roll out, you know, push the boat out for it. So, you know, it had a Bethesda storyline, which was dull. You know, find your father, I don't care. There's some interesting things in there that I didn't necessarily know until I'd watched someone else play, like how the ceiling, the childbirth scene, isn't the same ceiling as the vault. You can look throughout the vault, you will not find that ceiling anywhere until you go to Project Purity. And that was a nice touch. But yeah, it's a bit of an odd one, because, you know, you've got this isolationist vault, and yet somehow your father has been able to get you and him inside the vault to live. It's all a little bit odd and very sort of disconnected, but, you know, it's a game, and you've got your super mutants and your enclave. It doesn't really push forward the storyline of the wastes anymore. It's a safe bet, and quite a lot, and all of Fallout 3 was basically a safe bet, and they tried something different with Fallout 4. Some people liked it, some people didn't. I fell into the category that did actually like it, because I could sort of build something in the wastes. I thought that was quite a nice little touch, that you could actually build something for yourself. And 76 as well. I've got a bar in Fallout 76. When I log on, my bar appears. It's just near the speakeasy. And yeah, that's sort of my home, and I go back to it every so often to put some more alcohol in the shops. And yeah, that's sort of my life there, and I think it's nice to have that accessibility, I guess, that sort of thing. It sort of makes your world a little bit more personal, without needing some ridiculous storyline about needing to find your father. Well, okay, yes, he's sort of family, but is this the sort of storyline you could go with? Considering the original Fallout 3 storyline was, something, it was, certainly different. And even, Fallout 1, you're off after a water chip to save your vault, and your prize for succeeding is exile. You've been out in the wastes too long. You are a reminder of what could be, and the Overseer is afraid that if he leaves you in the vault, then, well, people might want to leave. People might want to go outside and thrive like other people have, or they might just want to help America rebuild. In Fallout 2, you are again looking for the Gek to save your home, and you find out what the Enclave have been up to. But you also see humans and mutants and ghouls living together. You see America rebuilding, thriving almost. It's stunning, really. And then you go to Fallout 3 and everything's just collapsed again. Whereas in the original Fallout 3, it was something very, very different. As I've said, it's you were a prisoner, and you were trying to save the world, essentially, from the prison. Because the prison's instructions were to remove the spread of Limit 115 however possible, and these prisoners were infected. And it needed to keep those prisoners from infecting the world. And the best way that it could possibly think to do that was to nuke it. And that wasn't its fault. It was the fault of somebody who believed that humanity was the problem, that it needed to be cleansed. And we kind of saw that in Fallout 3, where you kind of got the Enclave wanting to poison the water supply, but I don't know, it just wasn't on the same sort of scale that it could be. And Fallout 4 was better. Fallout 76 was even better, because, well, you removed Bethesda's ability to make a storyline suck. I'm not a fan of Bethesda storylines, you may have noticed that. But, it's what it is, ultimately. It is what it is. It's kind of my saying these days. It's just sort of a, it's, people are going to be awful, I guess. We kind of got to accept that, in this sort of post-Brexit, well, not even in post-Brexit, and things are starting to go a little bit wonky. Right, okay, so let's let's put politics aside for a moment and make something awesome. That's what we should be doing. Making awesome things. Right, okay. So, I've got an awful lot of biofuel on me that I really don't need to be carrying around. Not completely certain why. Because I probably emptied a load of chests. Oh, I've got loads more modular frames. That's what happens when you actually empty your inventory. You find you were carrying around 50 modular frames for reasons. Yes. Anyway, so let's I kind of want to get. I'm actually very close now. I think just kind of servicing the modular frame, making sure modular frames, and we could, in I don't know, let's say 15 minutes or so, get a train, or at least get the unlock for a train, and then maybe get a train. Let's give it a go. I'm game. I love this game. It's. There's something about it. There is just something about it. We need more games like this. Actually, game that popped up on my radar, which is now very heavily on my wish list. It's called Starbase, and it's made by the same guys that brought us Trine. And as it turns out, there's also a Minecraft modder that's working on it, called XCompWiz. He's something to do on the project anyway. So usually when you get Minecraft modders involved with games, it kind of good things happen. Right. Okay. So I seem to be having power problems over here. Let's find out why, shall we? Right, so that line goes over there, and then this line goes over here. Oh, I bet that line just it's just line just terminates, doesn't it? It's not actually hooked to anything. Interesting. We've still got no power. So yeah, Starbase. So let's take, a great example would be if you were to take Space Engineers without all of its horrible bugginess and bizarre design decisions, and you take Eve, or possibly not Eve, because I think that is on some kind of a central server, but maybe Elite, because I think they're using some kind of peer-to-peer kind of thing, and you mash them together at quite some speed, and you get Starbase. So massively multiplayer game with the ability to build ships. Is this all dead? All this entire line dead? I think this entire line is actually dead. Right, okay, we'll draw a line off here and then we'll hook it into the main grid somewhere. I'm not completely certain where. Oh, I can go in here, possibly. Has that powered up the grid? No, that's not attached to anything either. Okay. Where was I? Yeah. So you slam two games together, which are very very different experiences normally, and you get Starbase essentially. From the looks of it, it's going to be buggy, very buggy to begin with, but it's complicated. There's an awful lot going on. Sort of voxel based. It's sort of semi-voxel based. And what am I missing? Yeah, hold on. I just need to work out what I'm actually missing. Concrete. That's easy enough to get. So yeah, it looks very interesting. There's an awful lot of stuff going on there. You can build, pretty much everything that you wanted to. If you want to be running cargo, you can do that, and you actually have to secure your cargo crates to the ground. Otherwise, the cargo is going to bounce all over the place. But you can put individual items in your hold, but you have to secure it all down. There's other way, and there's later on there's sort of like cargo grapplers and the like, so you can build your systems. There's a built-in coding language. There's voxel based what's that? Like voxel based damage. All sorts, so much in there. Yeah, so the game is called Starbase, and I am looking forward to it immensely. It should be out sometime this year. I don't know when. There is some kind of a closed alpha or something going on. I don't know quite what the deal is there, but every so often they reveal some more information about it, more teaser, and it looks like the sort of game I would thoroughly enjoy. Again, it's another quite stylized game. They're certainly not going for realistic graphics, but they're going for sort of a stylized look. Some quite innovative ways of building things. You know, you build your ship frame, and then you bolt on outer panels and inner panels. You have to wire everything up as well, so it's not Space Engineer's magic block system. It's something a little bit more complicated than that, and that is always good. A nice little bit of complexity, because it makes ship design important, but it also makes combat important as well. The sorts of ships you use. And you can build huge sort of star fortresses, and you know, pressurized environments seem to be a thing as well. And yeah, it just looked like, you know, my thing really. Right, okay, so I need to check on modular and computers. Modular might be alright now. We've sped some things up. I need a double jump really. Or jetpack. I could do with jetpack, but I also want to get the blades. Yes. My voice is almost gone. Jesus Christ. I'm not ill or anything. It's yeah. Right, so that one, you're going to hear me say right a lot. It's kind of my thing these days. Right, so that needs to go, we need to hike that one up and neaten that up along there. I'll do that in a minute. I'll just check on my computers to make sure that that one is ticking over. The other thing I could do is try speeding them up using the slugs by, I don't know quite how you do it, if you sort of squish them and maybe you squish them into a can or something, I don't know. Yeah, I could probably do with upgrading this speed a bit. Is that a thing? And what's that? Silica. It's now actually got a, I might want to see if I can research that. Okay. So that's just waiting on that, and then that's just making me lots of computers. Excellent. That's what I want to see. Right. So let's jump down there. I love this sort of just bouncing around. It's quite freeform. And yeah. Okay. So that needs to be hiked up because I can't do with this belt line here. But let's go and see if we can research things, because researching things is fun. So there's, in case you haven't seen Satisfactory before, which is always a possibility, you start with a hub, which is that thing that I had up there. You can put it anywhere you like, and you build factories. Initially, they're just sort of making simple things, just to make your life a little easier. And you can handcraft everything, but obviously you want to do machines, because machines are just generally better, because you can just, you know, obviously if you set up 9 crafters, it's going to be faster than you just crafting each thing. It's, you know, as you go. So If we just put these into there and that into... Oh god, where's my computer's gone now? Let's just have a quick look. Doesn't look like it, no. So yeah, there's two research systems. You've got that one, the MAM, and you've got this one. Well, you've got three actually, the hub terminal as well. You've got the hub terminal and then you've got that one. When you start off with this one, just building up your hub. Then you get that one in there, which is sort of like it can sort of analyze things that you find around the world, and then that sort of unlocks recipes as a result of finding those things that you then unlock in that one, and then this one unlocks sort of the tiers. So as you can see, I'm very slowly working on this one, which needs like 1,000 computers and 81 of those, etc. And then that one would unlock the nuclear reactor tier 7 and 8, which would then unlock things into that one and things into that one, which I could then research more of. You find stuff all over the world, and I probably will just actually nip down to my crystal vein, because why not? So, just remembering where I need to go. I think it's down. It's down here. Good. Bit of oddness there. No, can't go that way. I need to get a roadway or something, or maybe something a little bit more crazy, like I don't know, a railway. So yeah, it all kind of got a bit out of hand. You might be thinking, oh well, that will never happen to me. Ooh, probably will. These huge factories. So, wandering down into the mists, and we find this is my crystal mine, which needs to be set up with a truck or probably a railway now at this point, as they've unlocked. But for the moment, I do just have a truck stop here, which will load up my little explorer with crystals. The crystals sort of come from up there, so I'm now full of stuff, and now I can just drive back, and this can then be auto unloaded at the other side. So I like playing these sorts of games. They make you think about the best way to do something. There's usually always something to do, something to tweak, something to improve. But they're not particularly hard games. They're fairly zen. You're never going to get yourself into a position where you can't continue anymore. I mean, people have said that about games like Gold Rush, but I find Gold Rush to be very grindy. And you can get yourself into a position where you can't really do anything anymore apart from sift for gold, which isn't the most interesting thing in the world, and that went a bit wrong. So I now have crystal, and I can go down this roadway that I built. I know, everything's just it's designed to be fun in this game. Fun should always, in games, fun should always trump over pretty much everything else. Is your game fun? If yes, then great. If no, then you need to work on that. And of course, fun is very subjective, but ultimately it boils down to I have a huge factory and I'm bouncing around in a little explorer, and I'm going to build a train. Fun times. Right, let's. I think it probably is worth just pulling this one up now. If I've got some resources to do this, okay. I can probably cut down a little bit on the resources by cheating. Though one of the main things that I need is a plate, and I've probably got some plates in one of these. just need to get up high. No, that's rods. That's also rods. I could have sworn the plates were in this one. And the one next to me. Yes. Right. Now I can build more things. Right, so that needs to go into there. Oh, wait a minute. Does it? No, we need to put the wall conveyor in here. And then we switch it into one of these. And then that can just be closed off there. And I do have a wall. Like so. So that now can be all walled off. And then go from that belt into this belt, getting rid of all this mess, and then we can so whenever I'm destroying a conveyor belt with stuff on, it's fine. Oh right, yeah. Let's put one of these in. It's all going into my inventory, and if it can't fit in my inventory, then it'll go into a box in the floor. Right, that's an awful lot neater now. It's not perfect, and I can probably do a little bit sort of running it through, but for now that's fine. Next one that I need to fix is this belt that runs across this roadway. I do an awful lot of just sort of setting things up for the moment until they irritate me and I need to fix them. How am I going to fix this one though? Because it's this one's a little more awkward. What I need to do, I think, is something a little bit more radical. In that I use the conveyor lifts, like that one. Here. Then I can go like to there and then to there, like that. Then should be able to go from there to there. Yeah, that'll do the trick. And then as time goes on, I can upgrade this system a bit to get better is that preserving the... it should be going up. Come on. Yes. Yeah, so I would just need to upgrade that one if I've got the resources, which I don't at the moment, but I know where I can get those. That's fine. So that's now clear. That's good. Having a way of getting the computers without going upstairs would be nice, and that wouldn't be particularly difficult to do because I can just pull it off that container and just bring it down here somewhere. Maybe fold it back round So bring it along here, perhaps, like on the outside. So if I was to like bring the that would be plenty of room to get it out the window, and then like down there perhaps, and then sort of across here. Yeah, that would do it. I just need to get some more plates because I'm running low on them, but no, that will work. Thanks. Well, I'm not completely certain nice is the word I'd use for it. It's a bit of a chaotic mess. I've also made a catastrophic mistake, I think, in putting it into that one. Oh god. No, I don't want to go that way. What I actually wanted to do was put it into here, possibly. Yeah, if I put it into here. My factory is a little bit bodged together. I think they all are. I've seen some really nice factories on the Twitter. Why you not reach? Fine. Iron plates. Let's grab a few of these. My car does an awful lot of running around. Right, let's make sure that no iron plates have ended up on that line, which I don't think they have, which is good. Right, so perfect. So that's that one. Might have some more. I might have some more computers to grab at this point, and it's just a case of working out how I can speed up the other one. I've got an idea, but it's going to be based on. Well, yeah, it will be still. That's be based on how much space I've got. Right. Okay. Why are these not coming up? Oh, because I took out the line, didn't I? Yeah. Right. It's may hurt. Ow. Right. Yes. So this is also hurting because of poison gas, which is a thing. Perfect. Right, that's those sorted out. I need to go back up again. We need elevators for our people. We need human elevators. 'Cause I don't think you can ride the conveyor belts upwards, and even if you could, you've got the windows in the way, which is a bit of a shame. But our manufacturer is now running. Excellent. Now, what else do I need to get the... got one computer in there. That's now that my system is actually running, that'll be fine. So I can get this out of this window here. Invalid shape. I can get it out of this window though, I'm sure. And then out of this one. And then maybe attach it to this wall here. Oh god, this might hurt more. Probably should eat something as well. In order to replenish your health, you just eat a random piece of food that you found on a bush somewhere. Excellent. There are sort of health things that you can make as well that replenish all your health, but who needs them, right? Organisation, storage container. Will that just work? Not certain it will, but I'll move it forwards a little and then we'll... Excellent. So, yes, that's now getting me computers, and then this one over here is getting modular frames. Yeah, it's looking good. And I'm probably now going to have to go, actually, as it's getting a bit late. So, yeah, I may return with some more of this. Possibly tomorrow after I've done my bits and pieces. Yeah, and hopefully by then I might have some monorail stuff to do. But for now, I will say thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time.